Hello, grade 12. Welcome to your fourth online lecture. The theme is still environmental issues, and our lesson today is renewable energy. All the time we have been talking about what pollutes the environment and how the environment is being destroyed by human activities. Now we're going to talk about means and methods which humans are trying to harvest in order to have clean sources of energy that do not hurt the environment, namely renewable energy. By the end of this lesson, you would be able to discuss ideas about different types of renewable energy, such as solar energy, wind energy, and biomass. You'll be able to figure out the meanings of unfamiliar vocab words and terms related to the theme of renewable energy. Identify and recall synonyms related to the above theme. Answer different comprehension questions related to the text given, and answer organizational skills questions related to types of title, introduction, audience, and patterns of organization. Now, take a look at the figure here, and it shows the different types of renewable energy we have today and humans have been working on. You have here solar energy, meaning energy harvested by the sun in order to produce power, electricity. Geothermal energy, we will discuss each one of them in detail. Wind energy, hydropower energy, and biomass. Okay, here we have types of renewable energy and their sources. First type, which is the topic of our lesson, is called biomass. Biomass is basically, as you see in this diagram, types of organic matter that are used to produce energy. They are used as fuel, they are used in power stations, and they produce electricity. Obviously, this type of energy does not cause the pollution that is caused when you burn fuel in the power stations. Second type is hydropower, as the name suggests. It's converting the energy of falling or fast flowing water into electricity. This, when water falls heavily, this potential energy is converted into real or mechanical energy, producing electricity. The odd thing is, Lebanon is so rich in water sources, yet unfortunately we do not use this treasure we have in the country. Instead, we are spending billions of dollars on importing fuel from abroad, having so many issues with this, and still we do not have enough electricity. We do not have a sustainable type of power to produce electricity. Third type, wind energy. Wind energy is produced by harvesting, taking the wind energy and producing it into power and energy, into electricity. Okay. Solar energy, obviously, as you all know, harvesting the heat from the sun to produce power and energy. This is a very popular type of energy, probably the most popular among the rest of them and the most widely used. Then you have geothermal energy, harvesting the heat from within the subsurface of the earth to produce power. By the way, this is water vapor. This is boiling water, and this is a natural spring, by the way. This is naturally occurring. It produces huge amount of energy that could be converted into electricity, obviously. We have all those types of sources of renewable energy. Some of them are feasible for some countries, others are not feasible. For example, using solar energy is very practical. Feasible means practical. It's very practical in Lebanon. We have a lot of sun. Using hydropower, water, when you see hydro as a prefix, it means water. Using hydropower in Lebanon is very practical. However, using wind power, not really that practical. We're not known for our windy environment. This could be feasible in places, wind power, this could be feasible in places like Great Britain, Scandinavia, where there's constant wind, strong winds, which could be harvested. Geothermal energy, mostly found in Eastern Europe. Those natural springs are mostly found in Eastern Europe. We do not have such sources in our part of the world, in Lebanon. Okay, so our lesson today, as we said, is called Renewable Energy. It's about a form of renewable energy called biomass. But before moving further, I need to make sure that we understand the concept or the term renewable energy. Okay, let's divide it. Renewable, meaning that it can be renewed. Okay, it's endless, it doesn't end. I use it, but it's still there, like the sun. I cannot use up the sun, it's there. I cannot use up the wind energy, it's there. It's renewable and it's clean. It is also referred to as green. Green, why? Because it does not hurt the environment. It does not pollute it. It's everlasting or endless. Okay? This type of energy is also called sustainable. As 12th graders, you should know this word. The word sustainable means that it lasts for a long time and it's not used up. It meets our present needs without risking our future and ending our limited resources on Earth. What is not sustainable, what is not renewable, is obviously things like fuel oil. Okay, first of all, it's non-renewable. It will end one day and it pollutes the air. It's not sustainable. Let me just explain the word sustainable better for you. For example, when the UN comes to help out countries in the developing world, poor countries, they don't go to people and give them sums of money. Here you go, this is $1,000, go buy some food, do whatever. This $1,000 will end. It's not sustainable. Why? You buy with it and that's it. A sustainable example of help is the UN helping out those poor people, maybe to open a shop, teach them how to harvest the land, maybe helping them to plant crops. Why is this sustainable? Because it lasts for a long time. It doesn't end. Use it for one time and that's over, like the $1,000. The land will last. You can plant and replant and replant. Your shop is there. It is always open. You can sell so many things in it. This is what sustainable means. And so sustainable energy is an energy that lasts for a long time and doesn't use up the resources of our Earth. Okay, now let's begin with our lesson. Read the selection below about biomass, a renewable energy resource, and then answer the questions that follow. Paragraph 1. Energy is the material basis on which human beings rely and carry out economic development. Renewable biomass energy occupies an important position and plays a decisive role, very important, in making decisions in the present world energy structure. According to statistics, 1/7 of the total world energy consumption is from biomass. That's a huge number. In developing countries, the proportion of biomass in total energy consumption is even more. At present, about 1.5 billion of the world population has biomass as its main energy resource. So using biomass energy, a kind of potential renewable energy resource, more efficiently is an issue that needs to be seriously considered. So it's generally used in the developing world, in developing countries where a lot of it exists. Paragraph 2. Biomass energy is the house of renewable energy resource in the world. Like a great solar chemical industry plant, it spreads in plants all over land and water throughout the world and continuously transfers solar energy into chemical energy stored in the inner part of plants in the form of organic matter. So a kind of abundant exists in large amounts. That's what abundant means. Renewable biomass energy is composed. About 120 billion tons of biomass, the energy capacity of which is 5 times the total present energy consumption in the world, is formed each year by means of photosynthesis. You know this, okay? How plants make food, but only 1% of the total energy capacity has been used as energy. It can supply about 14% of total energy consumption in the world. So this type of energy has a lot of potential, yet we need to use it, we need to harvest it. Biomass energy is the only one that has the properties and characteristics of fossil fuels, so it has the same characteristics as fuel. The sunlight is the original source of both energy forms. Both are formed into original material by photosynthesis, combining carbon dioxide and water into plant matter. According to where it is found, biomass energy can be divided into forest biomass, as we said, from plants, agricultural biomass from crops, whatever is left behind, aquatic biomass, things in the water, living things. It can be divided into a one-time energy resource and a two-time energy resource according to forming process. The former refers to various forests, agricultural crops, grass, and aquatic plants that are from photosynthesis, and the latter refers to biomass energy that is produced indirectly, including organic wastes, organic wastewater, effluent mud. Here we mean sewage. Wastewater mean sewage from houses. This can be used to produce electricity, to produce energy. Effluent mud, the mud you find in gutters, because it's organic, it's not toxic. Obviously, this can't be from heavy industries that are working with lead and mercury. It needs to be organic, as well as other organic waste formed in industry and agriculture processing. All that's left behind, what could be referred to as their garbage and their waste, can be used to produce energy. Paragraph 6. The biomass energy resource has many advantages such as infinite resource capacity. Endless, doesn't end. That's what infinite means, of course. Lower price, less sulfur composition, doesn't hurt the environment, less ash content, ash, what's produced after burning, and the feature of renewability. On the other hand, it also has some unfavorable aspects. Let's see what are some of its disadvantages. Unfavorable disadvantage, such as higher water content, lower unit thermal output, large volume. Okay, it is large. Decentralized resource and unsuitability for collection and transportation. Those are some issues related to biomass, but I don't see grand issues such as those produced by fuel, for example. But it does have some disadvantages as listed in paragraph 6. Conversion and paying attention to the energy utilization efficiency and economy of biological system, then biomass resources can be used in a more efficient way. Okay, we need to make plans about using them efficiently without wasting time, money, or energy. That's what efficient means. Paragraph 7. A biomass conversion system can bring different benefits to human beings. It has the characteristics of a good all-round system. Its waste material can be used as energy, and the final residue can be returned to fields as fertilizers. So nothing toxic or nothing wasteful or chemical is left behind. Whatever is left in this process can be used as fertilizers, what we put on plants to help them grow, especially the photosynthesis of green plants, which can improve the worsening environment. Okay, biomass also benefits to alleviate, the word means better. We have taken this word before, making something better. The contradictions between increasing demand and declining sources of conventional energy. So we have this endless resource for energy called biomass, and the conventional types of energy like fuel are not replenished. We are using them up, so we need this type of energy. The development of society raises higher and higher requirements for energy, obviously. Low-grade fuel is no longer suitable for the civilization. That normal solid biomass is converted to high-grade gas and liquid fuel and then further transferred to electricity and hydrogen energy, which has become the development trend of biomass utilization. Utilization means the use. Instead of fuel, use solid biomass fuel. Along with the development of modern science and technology, people in the 21st century have a good chance to develop and use scientifically and reasonably the biomass energy resource. Looking forward to the future, biomass energy will accompany many people towards a more beautiful and developed world. Okay, so this is it for our lesson. It's also found in your ebook on pages 27 to 29. Please read very thoroughly before you attempt to answer the questions. For any questions regarding the terms, I know some of the terms could be a bit difficult, please jot them down and ask me during Zoom Live. And we are going to further discuss this during our live session. See you and stay safe. Bye.